Hey guys, we're here today to talk about the Bitcoin price, and I want you to pretend like my thumbnail said this, or this, or this, or whatever ridiculous face everybody makes because they think that that tricks you into watching. And we know better than that. We know that no amount of is going to trick you into watching a video about Bitcoin. But we're going to talk about the price. We're going to talk about where it's going. I do think we're going to 25,000 very soon. We have made some tremendous moves in different ways that are going to turn this thing around. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right. By the way, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified, and leave a comment down below. And hopefully you're not a bot telling me about how Angela made you like $80,000 this week.
Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid.
Trying to put money in your pocket. Trying to get you paid, son. All right, so this is where we are on the chart. And if you follow me for a length of time and you follow any of my live streams, and you know that we've been following this trend line chart for a long period of time. This line has been coming down since the all-time high. And just a couple of days ago, we reached over this trend line, right? We're popping out here. We finally breached it. And guys, to be fair, let's go back here and let's look at a day chart to give you an idea here. We have not breached this in months. Now, you know, I've told you from time to time that we are out of that absolute, the darkest part of that bear cycle, and that we're destined to move towards the upside, right? And you know what? If you say it long enough, eventually you become right. Isn't that right, BitBoy? Of course it is. But here we are, and we're starting to see a little bit of move today. Now, will it sustain? That's the question, right? I don't think that it sustains today. There's too much cloud in the water right now. There's too much weirdness going on in all of the world markets. But here's what's happening instead. And this is a great thing, okay? This downward sort of motion is being fought back by these lines of support. And these are just lines of support that we've been using for a period of time. You can see all this chop here, all this back and forth. But we bounced out of it. We hit this top at 20,004. We tested it a few times, got rejected, came back, skipped through this line right here, which we did bounce off of a couple times. And then we came all the way down to this 19,353, kind of just chopped around there for a day, and then made another move downward. And then started to test this lowest of low lines, 18,928. But, you know, there's rumors of money printing everywhere, which is going to shock most markets, but it's great for Bitcoin, right? All these different markets are starting to print money in order to buy up assets, et cetera, et cetera. And what happens when that happens? Well, what happens when that goes on is that people start to put their money back into crypto. So we're looking at the fact that there is a possible boom on the horizon for Bitcoin. I do think it's going to happen, and we're going to start seeing a lot of it in October, because historically we have had great months when it comes to the Bitcoin price in the month of October. And you can come over here and you can look at this monthly chart right here, and this is CoinGlass, and it tells you, and you see here every 4 years we have a negative number, right? So it stands to reason that there be a negative number again, right? Well, not necessarily, because guess what? There's all kinds of different non-patterns that are formed out here. Just because we see a pattern form every 4 years on this 2 times, that's not really a pattern. Now we're seeing it today because the price is down 1%, but we're also seeing it's down 3% here, where it was down 7%, but went up 40% here. So when we start looking at these patterns for some recognition, we don't really find it. What we do find are trends. And the trend is that this is going to be a green month. So I still think it's going to be a green month. I still think we're going to have a 30 or 40% move by the end of it. We've seen negativity in this month before. So the other thing is, and this is probably the most important of all, we got the Bitcoin volatility, by the way, which is starting to spike back upwards, and we're starting to see it move to the upside, which is good overall for crypto, by the way. Even if you don't like it, it's really good for crypto. But here we are. This right here is the Bitcoin historical volatility index. And I want you to pay attention to what we're talking about. There's kind of a magic number here around 23, right? Where we're currently trading. There's kind of this magic number. Every time we've hit down into this area, we've had massive moves to the upside. And I'm going to circle this real quick so you guys can see it. Like we hit it right here, and then it went up, and you know, it traded for about a month, but then boom, that's when we had a gigantic move. It came down here the last time in 2019, and boom, it came down here like this. Boom. Anytime we're seeing this thing hit this volatility goes this low, anytime it goes this low, it is followed by a massive move. Now, we didn't quite get it over here, but you see here, it caused a massive move. And when these downward facing moves happen, they do tend to follow with some big upward action. I mean, you can see it seems like it's the circle of life, basically. And we just saw this big move down. We saw a little consolidation here, and then we saw this big move to the upside here. So we might see the same thing happening over the next little while. And we are primed. We're in the position where it should be happening. So it's entirely possible that we see this thing start to take off. You can see Bitcoin is now going positive on the day, along with Luna Classic, and that's about it. So it's kind of weird the way the market is trading right now, but it's okay, because once Bitcoin starts to make that move, then we're going to start to see the whole market take off. And when we come back over here and we look at the Bitcoin price, it doesn't matter where you go, you're still looking at the same things, and you're still seeing these great opportunities all over the place. Right now, we're on this green candle. It's moving up. We don't know how far it's going to go, but we're on a big green candle, and it looks like we still got some more room to run. Hopefully, we can push this up, and hopefully we'll push from the underbought way up here to overbought. And we do see that we had a bullish divergence over here, which would indicate that there is a big move coming. We haven't seen a big move yet, so hopefully we're going to see the big move. We look at it on the 4 hour, we saw the bullish divergence over here, and we did see a gigantic move happen over here. On the day chart, we can see one that happened over here, and we saw just a little bit of motion over here, but we see one that just kind of popped up over here just recently. So, maybe that's the signals of a big move coming. So it's just a matter of paying attention to it right now and waiting for that moment to happen and waiting for it to play out. All of the indicators are in place right now for a big move out of Bitcoin over the next day or two. And hopefully this will start a little bit of a rally for the end of this month. So guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I know that people are tight on Bitcoin. I know that the world is struggling with the financial markets, and it's happening everywhere. It's not limited to America. It's not limited to Europe. It's not limited to anywhere in particular. Last night was a brutal night for South Korea, but it was a good night for China. It was a brutal night for Japan. Going around the UK 100 down a little bit, the stock 600 down a little bit, DXY down a little bit. Finally, we're continuing to wait for a big move to the downside, because that generally means a move to the upside in crypto. But we're also not seeing that direct correlation. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified, and let's see what happens over the next little while. This is not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I am always right, and we will talk to you guys again very soon.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking